And now to our exclusive CBS News investigation into domestic violence in the military. Our reporting found the military is failing spouses, partners, and service members who report abuse among the ranks. Tonight, in part 4 of our series, a former Army attorney who worked with dozens of survivors is speaking out. He calls the issue a crisis that has only compounded after 20 years of war.
There was no protection for me. There was no help. There was no resources.
CBS News spoke with nearly 40 survivors who reported domestic violence to the military. They described a broken system.
The soldier is an asset. They need him. They have spent a lot of money to train him and to do his job. And who am I? As long as I'm removed and I'm not part of the problem, then they have their soldier.
Survivor Liz Knight says one of the only people who helped her after she reported was Captain Tony Hossain. Is domestic violence in the military a crisis?
It is a crisis, and it's not given the attention that it deserves.
Tony served as a legal assistance attorney and special victims counsel for the Army. Does the Army value the soldier more than the victim's safety?
Yes.
Why do you hesitate when you say that?
Because I know the Army tries, but the Army is tasked with fighting this nation's wars. So the most important thing to the Army is its soldiers. Before Tony started working with survivors, he was a defense counsel. I defended soldiers who were alleged to have committed acts of, rape, assault, sexual assault.
That gave him a unique perspective.
There are people who have done horrible things that I may have helped, but I got to see the other side and the hurt and the trauma and the pain from the victim's perspective.
Research by the nonprofit group Blue Star Families found incidents of spouse abuse in the military were more than twice that of the national population.
Soldiers are great at what they do. They are great at fighting this nation's wars. But when they come back home, there's a disconnect. They're not in battle anymore. A lot of them have PTSD and other traumas.
Tony told us he often saw soldiers self-medicate.
Almost all of my cases involved alcohol.
It sounds like you're describing a cycle to me, which is deployment.
Yes.
PTSD.
Yes.
Alcohol abuse.
Yes.
Domestic abuse.
Domestic abuse. And then when it comes to my desk, because it's become rape or sexual assault, it's too late.
DoD policy mandates that commanders ensure military offenders are held accountable and gives them the power to make decisions about the outcome of a case.
And I understand it's their charge to maintain good order and discipline, but here they are making decisions that a prosecutor should make, that a judge should make. Great for the soldier, but for the victim, it looks like they're in a system that's rigged against them.
In February, after more than 2 decades of service, Captain Tony Hossain retired honorably.
I don't practice law anymore. I've seen the worst of the worst. I started off very idealistic, wanting to help, wanting to do better, and just somewhere throughout the years, I felt like I was spinning my wheels.
What will happen if nothing changes?
Until there's drastic change, I think we'll still see the same trends. Domestic violence in the military, I think, will persist. Well, change could happen soon. In a statement, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin told CBS News that the Pentagon is working closely with Congress on some legislative proposals to remove decisions about whether to prosecute sexual assaults and related crimes, including domestic violence, from the military chain of command. We'll keep you posted.